Welcome back to Wonder Friends.
Imagine you are lost at sea. No land, no GPS, no map. Just water everywhere. The sky is totally gray. Thick clouds cover everything. You cannot even see the sun. A Viking sailor would reach into a little bag and pull out a small, clear rock. Then, everything would change. That small rock could find the hidden sun through the clouds. It was like a superpower in their pocket. It is called a sunstone, and today you are going to find out exactly how it worked. First, who were the Vikings? They were super brave sailors from a place called Scandinavia, way up in the north. About 1,000 years ago, they sailed across a huge, cold, stormy ocean called the North Atlantic. They sailed all the way to Iceland, to Greenland, and even to North America. That is incredibly far. And here is the amazing part. They did this without any compass, without any phone, without any GPS at all. So how did they know which way to go? That is the mystery, and the sunstone is the answer. Okay, but where does the word sunstone come from? It comes from an old Viking language called Old Norse. The Vikings called it Solarstein. Say it with me, Solarstein. It means sunstone. The very first story about a sunstone is in a book from Iceland. It is called the Saga of Saint Olaf. In the story, a king called King Olaf holds up the sunstone on a snowy, cloudy day. He uses it to find exactly where the sun is hiding. For hundreds and hundreds of years, scientists thought this was just a cool story. They thought it was make-believe. But then something incredible happened. A real sunstone was actually found, and it changed everything. Divers found an old English ship that sank in the year 1592 near a tiny island called Alderney. Inside the wreck, right next to other navigation tools like compasses, they found a clear crystal, a piece of Iceland spar. The legend was real. The sunstone was not make-believe. Sailors really did use it to find their way. So what exactly is Iceland spar? It is a see-through crystal, like a window made of rock. Really pretty. Iceland spar is a very pure form of a mineral called calcite. Calcite is found all over the world, but here is a cool trick you can try at home. Put a piece of clear glass over a word on a page. You see one word, right? Now imagine putting Iceland spar over that same word. You would see two words, a double image. This double image trick has a big science word, birefringence. Birefringence. It means the crystal bends light twice. A Danish scientist named Rasmus Bartholin was the first person to write about this double image trick. That was in the year 1669. He saw the double image but could not figure out why it happened. It took scientists hundreds more years to work out the answer, and the answer is something called polarized light. Okay, time for the really exciting part. What is polarized light? Let's find out. It is easier than it sounds, promise. Think of sunlight like a bunch of jumping, wiggling ropes. The ropes wiggle in every single direction, up, down, sideways, diagonally. When that wiggling light hits the tiny invisible bits in the sky, something magical happens. All those ropes start wiggling the same way. That is polarized light, organized light, like a classroom where everyone suddenly sits down and faces the same direction. And here is the secret. The sky makes a big invisible pattern of this organized light, like giant invisible rings around the sun. The sun is always right at the very center of those rings, always, even when you cannot see the sun at all. So if you could read that invisible pattern, you could find the sun, even in the thickest fog, even behind thick clouds. And that is exactly what the Iceland spar crystal could do. It could read that invisible secret code in the sky. Here is a great way to think about it. You know how 3D movie glasses work? They filter the light going into each eye. The Iceland spar does something similar, but instead of just blocking some light, it splits light into two separate beams. Think of it like a secret decoder ring for sunlight. The sky is full of a secret code made of invisible light patterns. The crystal is the special decoder that makes the invisible pattern visible. You just need to know how to use it. Okay, here is how the Viking sailor actually used it. Step 1, hold the crystal up toward the gray, cloudy sky. Step 2, look through it. You will see two bright spots of light, two glowing dots side by side. Step 3, slowly rotate the crystal. Turn it around and around. As you turn it, one dot gets brighter and the other gets dimmer. Step 4, keep turning until both dots look exactly the same brightness. Same, matching perfectly. Step 5, that is it. The direction the crystal is pointing when the dots match, that is exactly where the hidden sun is. Now the sailor knows where the sun is. They know east from west. They know which way to sail. The ocean is no longer a mystery. How accurate was this? Here is a number that will blow your mind. Scientists found a sailor could find the sun within just 1 degree. 1 degree is super tiny. A full circle has 360 degrees. 1 degree is just a tiny sliver of that. That is incredibly precise for something that looks like just a pretty rock. It was better than many instruments scientists had back then. This was all proved by a French scientist named Dr. Guy Ropars and his team at the University of Rennes. They used a piece of Iceland spar, just like the one found on the Alderney shipwreck, and tested it again and again. It really worked. Pause right here and guess. Comment below how many sunstones do you think have been found in Viking graves? The answer is 0. None at all. No sunstone has ever been found in a Viking grave. That is a real mystery. Maybe they were so precious the sailors always kept them. Maybe they were passed down from parent to child for generations. But here is the most amazing surprise of all. Are you ready? The sunstone could work even after the sun had completely set. Even in twilight, when the sky was just a little bit bright, the polarized light was still there. The crystal could still read it. In the far north where Vikings sailed, summer nights are super long and bright with twilight. This was a huge advantage. Vikings could keep sailing and navigating even when other sailors would have had to stop and wait for morning. Amazing. Here is another surprising fact. For hundreds of years, almost all the best Iceland spar in the world came from just one mine. That mine was in Iceland and was called Helgastadur. Just one tiny place supplied the crystals that helped unlock the secrets of light. Scientists used Iceland spar to study light for hundreds of years after the Viking Age. It helped them make huge discoveries. Iceland spar was even used in World War II to make super accurate gun sights for fighter planes. The same crystal. From Viking ships to fighter planes. That tiny clear rock had one of the most amazing histories of any stone ever found. Now wait, you might think this is ancient history, but the science of polarized light is actually all around you right now. Look at your tablet, look at your phone, look at your TV screen. All of those screens use polarized light to work. The screens are called LCD screens. LCD stands for liquid crystal display, and they work by bending polarized light. The same trick that helped a Viking find the sun through the clouds is the same trick your tablet uses to show a cartoon. Without those brave Vikings and their amazing sunstone, who knows how long it might have taken us to discover these secrets of light. Now, the sunstone does not look magic at all, does it? It is something even better than magic. It is real science. Okay, let's do a quick recap. 3 big, amazing things you just learned. Ready? First one coming up. Number 1. Iceland spar is a real clear crystal that splits light in 2. Vikings used it to find the sun through thick clouds. Number 2. Scientists thought the sunstone was just a legend until a real one was found on the Alderney shipwreck in 1592. Number 3. The same science, polarized light, is inside every LCD screen you use today. Your phone runs on Viking science. Next time you are in a car on a foggy day, look up at the bright part of the sky. The sunstone's secret is up there right now. Imagine you are lost at sea. No GPS, no map, just water everywhere. Good thing you have your sunstone. If you loved finding out why your eyes cannot always trust what they see, go watch our video called Why You Couldn't See Blue for Thousands of Years. See you there. Thanks for wondering with us. Tap subscribe and we'll see you in the next story.